What's good, YouTube? As you guessed it, we're back with another Goodwill haul. I can't help it, guys. I mean, for one, obviously it helps out the store, helps making content, videos for you guys, and obviously if you ever want to go over there and check things out, and you see something, of course, that I have in the haul, you can go over there and check it out and quite possibly make it yours. But now, granted, obviously, it's a Goodwill haul. You guys have seen, depending on how many you've actually watched, I noticed, of course, myself, because whenever I first walk into the building, I always go to the left. That's where they have basically their media section at. And as you guys have seen, I might pick up a movie here and there, but I mainly focus over there because that's, of course, where they have their video games at. And obviously, it's not everybody's thing. It is some people's things. So it's one thing I love about the thrift store, Goodwill, yard sales and such. Obviously, it's just a plethora of different things, and obviously everybody has their own different interests. So, but the thing is, I've noticed, because I was even talking to the dude, it was yesterday when I got the Maleficent, if that's actually pronouncing it right, the Funko Pop. Still have to get that actually posted to the eBay store, but that will be that will be put on there. And actually, speaking of that, I didn't make an actual video for the Maleficent Funko Pop because for the factor of it was just one item I got, I simply actually made a short. So if you guys haven't seen it, I think it's literally right at the minute marker for a short. But yeah, I just figured there was no sense in trying to drag it out and making a 5-minute video over one item. So with that being said, not to drag this one out either, this is definitely different because, like I said, you guys see me mostly it's video games. I try to stay at certain things, but if I'm doing some pricing comparisons and something that's off the wall is going to make me some decent money, yeah, I'm sure anybody else out there that if you resell or whatever, go for it. Now, mind you, I was watching. Of course, it's YouTube. There's so many, content creators on so many different, I don't even know, how to word it, but it's you got some of them, like myself, to where it's not just one thing. I think it's literally called, one of the guys is called Flippity Flip, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, since you guys know I'm from Ohio, there's actually a channel. I've only seen him once or twice, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called a Cincinnati Flipper. No, the one guy, he was mentioning in his video, because that's one thing I do as well, just to get kind of ideas on, not only just from other people, because of course, obviously not everybody lives in the same state, so it's people across, not only the states or potentially in different countries, but it's getting ideas from them of what are good items that actually move. And dude was sitting there mentioning the other day, and it's of course I walk past these types of products all the time, and he's you'd be really surprised. He's for basically kind of now obviously this can go on either side of the fence. Either for the most part, a lot of people would think mainly for the ladies, but no, obviously some of us men do have long hair. Obviously that's not a factor on this end. But for hair care products, because dudes out there do have, some of them do have long hair and they care about it, so they want to, care about it with whatever type of tools, I guess, if you will. And of course, obviously hair products or whatever. But that being said, yeah, the dude was sitting there telling me, or not telling me, but in the video, is you would be surprised by, he's now granted, not anything and everything that's name brand or is just obviously very well known, obviously it's going to move, whether it's new, used, or whatever. So if I can get this daggone freaking cord untangled, we'll pop this up here and show you one of the two that I am mentioning. Okay, and like I said, obviously this goes, across the fence, men or women, because, obviously I don't have that situation. I have to deal with hair care. So, but we're going to give this a shot. I mean, this is the only two I'm going to buy. I'm going to show you one here, and then I'll show you another one here in just a second. But until they actually potentially move off of my store, I don't foresee myself investing into them more, which you guys I'm sure would understand. Like the video games, yes, I invested in them because they do move out of my store, because ever since I bought them, I've probably, well, eBay just gave me a notification this morning that, congrats. It's not much, but like I've sold 10 items, so it's like, and I'm pretty certain out of all 10 of those items, at least 3, if not 4, have been video games. So it's like, obviously I want to keep with that because I know that those move. So peep that out. As far as I'm aware, that's a hair straightener. Obviously, like I said, you guys can see on top of the dome there, I ain't got shit to fucking worry about. But I did plug it in. Right in here, I mean, I'm sure this is like some warning or whatever from like the actual manufacturer. It's, I mean, I got it from fucking Goodwill. Obviously, it's, a little faded and scrunched up or whatever. But anyhow, and right in here, which I'm sure that you guys can hopefully see. I know there's, alright, you should be able to see that little bitty display window in there. So I did plug it in, and I wasn't really messing with the temperatures and all that and such, but I did go like this right here just to put my hand in there, and heat was coming out of it. So to me, with the display coming on and showing numbers, obviously the degrees and so on and so forth, and obviously heat coming out to where I can actually feel it on my hand, I mean, obviously it works. So we're going to see how, like I said, we're going to see how things go on that. If something of this nature does, obviously move on the channel, then yeah, I'll invest in getting more in the future. So we're not going to throw that back there just yet. So since we're on that same type of subject and such, and of course, obviously, the comments are down there. You guys can let me know if there's something that I'm unaware of and you have the knowledge of it. Please do enlighten me. I greatly appreciate it, because I mean, shit. Obviously, we all don't know everything, and then especially if it's something that you don't tend to deal with either on a daily or even like on a regular basis, you're not going to be very knowledgeable of that, So, but that's one thing I want to make sure, because obviously, for one, I know this store, I don't know if all of them, but you have, I think it's like 3 days or something of that nature to bring back electronic items that, if they work or whatever or not. But like I said, that's why I wanted to make sure I plugged in and got power to it. The display popped on and heat was coming out. So the second one here, Chilava, if that's how you pronounce that. Of course, I did look it up. I think honestly, just in general, like the fucking color of it and shit, I think it looks dope as fuck. It kind of looks like a wine bottle, if you will, but I'm sure that some of you, once you see this and everything, you'll understand what it is. I am gathering. I even asked a young lady in the store and everything. Once I plugged it up and everything, yes, of course, right here it did display everything, heat wise, all that. Past that, I really don't know what all the settings and all that shit mean. To me, it powered up and it threw some shit up on the display. To me, we're good to go. It works. And then, of course, didn't burn myself. But like I was even telling girls, like, as you can see the roller right here, I did stick my finger down there, and it just got enough just to the contact of like, hey, it's warm, good to go. But with that also being said, I even asked her, as you can see, I would about imagine you can see these buttons here. It's got like a left and a right. So, now probably to some of you, like, dude, I already know what it is. I don't need your explanation. Well, I want to explain it anyways, because, well, I don't know a whole lot of what I'm talking about, and, just, I'm trying to explain my reselling product here. Just fucking with you guys. But no, whenever I did plug it in, I hit this left and right buttons. This did spin, but it spun slowly. Now, just letting you guys know from get-go of that. But I was talking to her, And she was mentioning, like, whenever she was younger, like, I guess she had some type of a hair tool product, however you want to actually describe it as. But it braided her hair. And she says, I remember, I think it got out of control on her or whatever, and it tried to, like, kind of like snag her hair. And it's like, that's why I was running by her. I was like, it's like, it runs, I mean, it's not like snail pace, but it's not like, like fucking Nas and shit. But from what me and her were thinking, and I'm kind of concluding and thinking that that's the correct answer and reasoning of why it goes slow so it doesn't fucking rip your hair out of your skull. That's the only thing I'm gathering, because like I said, it does work. It doesn't go like, it has a decent little spin to it, but it's just a factor. I think it's designed not to go fast, just in case if anything happens, it doesn't rip your fucking hair out of your skull. So don't want anybody getting scalped out there. I mean, I don't have that worries, but you know what I mean? So that's why I said that's just where I kind of going, like, not necessarily out of my comfort field, if you will, but it's like, that's out of my norm. I don't usually buy hair products because obviously, again, you guys can see I don't need that shit. Probably even if I had something roughly of anything like to comb or even brush or whatever, probably still wouldn't worry about any kind of hair product, because yeah. Shit, I just had something in my mind I was going to say to you guys, but it just kind of went, kind of like shouting you out in a way. Pretty certain I know I've shouted you out before, but Adventure by the Mile, you've been doing, I love that you're commenting and asking so many questions, because, well, it just helps in general, and I love explaining, certain things and such. So, you know how you were sitting there saying, like, not having such good luck at selling and everything. That's why I personally enjoy coming here, because, like, and of course, I use, as you guys have seen, I made videos of a yard sale pickup. Technically, the 64 was a yard sale pickup. The what was it? The other one, the Facebook Marketplace, was just individual games. I'm pretty certain. I know I had that on here as well. What was I get? Just I have a variety of things on your channel, or not on your channel, but in your store. But you'll get there. I mean, don't stress. Like I said, I literally have only sold 10 items, and I've been selling for not very long, but still. But just, if anything, if I can give you any type of suggestion, like verbally through a video, do like I've been, like, look up other resellers and such, and see kind of what they, like, what they're consistent with and everything, because a lot of them will, like, show you, like, how many sales that they have and all this and how much that they've made. Obviously, it's not everybody's business, but that's them. They're putting their business out there. So yeah, but I just like to have the variety, but I do know my main go-to is definitely video games, and I have done well. There's still 2 of them in there, but they're not going to drop, and I mean, they're literally at $5, and looking them up, I think the one was like $8. To me personally, $3 profit is not, I mean, that's not even a full $3 profit, because if you think about after tax and all that. And then, I mean, not to say necessarily to me it's not a hassle, because whenever I come up here to Dash, I usually tend to ship out whatever somebody buys from my eBay store firsthand. And it's like, I usually go to the library, print off the label, and then I go to the post office to ship it out. So it's like, coming up here is not going out of my way. It's actually literally within town of where I Dash at. So I'm not at all in any way, shape, or form going out of my way. But, it's like, that's why I go in here. But I literally looked at those 2 games before I walked out the door, and it's like, no, I mean, $5 a piece, it's not bad, but for on the end of reselling, making, not even $3, and like I said, it's not a hassle to ship it out, because I'm already up here, but it's like the time that it would pretty much take me to bubble, not bubble wrap it, but like, I'll buy those little sleeves that you can, it's the like bubble envelopes where you can slide a movie or a game in. Perfect size for them and everything else, but I'm not going to take my time to do all that for under $3 for profit. I mean, I don't think anybody would. So, aside of that part, I showed you the 2, obviously, hair products. Yeah, I'll show you the other tool last. So this piece, I actually came in the other day. I didn't have enough to actually get it, so it's like, hey, you know, it is what it is. Kind of, yeah, I was one of those. I kind of hid it. It was like I didn't even really hide it. It was literally on the same exact shelf. It was very visible. Even whenever I came back in here, it was very visible. So don't think I do that shit either, because no, I don't. I don't hide shit, because I think that that's, in general, I mean, I think it's pretty fucking rude. I mean, granted, people go in there, they're going to root anyways, because just in general, I mean, that's kind of what you do through types of stores like this. And especially if you are a reseller, you're going to look for, you know, obviously good quality products. And, you know, and just because it's brand new and sealed does not mean that you're automatically going to, you know, make, you know, a ton of money off of it. Because believe me, I've scanned quite a few things in there that are brand new and sealed, and they are damn near close to what eBay prices are. So obviously I'm not going to grab something that I'm not going to make, you know, $2 or $3 off of. But anybody ever see one of these? I peeped this out the other day, and obviously, like I said, I scanned it to make sure, you know, I could, you know, make a penny or two off of it. But I think it's kind of cool, and as you can see, it's literally brand fucking new, sealed. It's got that plastic gas shit where, like, you literally had to cut into it. But yeah, bad boy is brand new. As far as I'm aware, I guess you, like, literally, I think you put it up against the wall or something, and this senses your vehicle or something. Haven't really read into it all that much. I just seen, I was like, A, it's brand new. Two, it's, of course, it's brand new. It's sealed. Seeing how much it goes for, seeing what, you know, what the price of the price for it was. Sometimes words are just hard. But other than that, I was like, you know what? Because I was going to pick this up the other day, and I didn't have the money for it, so I was like, screw it. I'll, you know, get it later. The final item here, in all honesty, I'm kind of shocked that it was even there. I don't know how long it's been there, and for the fact that it works, I was honestly kind of fucking blown away of the factor of that. But that being said, you guys can hear it, you see it. That's a full-blown DeWalt drill, and it works. Because, like, as soon as I picked that bad boy up, and I went to pull the trigger, and I'm like, dude, it's not going to work. I was like, you know, you got a DeWalt drill in Goodwill. Either, and I'm not trying to sound rude or disrespectful by any means, but either somebody was unaware of what they had, or it may have accidentally just gotten thrown into a donation, because I'm sure on both sides of the fences, we all know what drills are, and they are a very, very good tool to have, regardless of the brand that you have. They are extremely a helpful tool for many a jobs, but I seen that, I was not passing that up. So, and like I said there, you know, you got a drill, you got the thing for the garage, so I'm gathering it's like, obviously you don't back into the garage, you know, wreck your car in your own home. And then the two hair products, the tools, however you want to call them, I think the twirly deal and the flat iron. But that's it for you guys today. I'm actually kind of slacking, so I do apologize. Like I said earlier, the Maleficent, I have not posted that yet. And also from the other day, the mini cup pong that I showed you guys is like the tabletop. It's literally still in the back seat, and the minion cup. So I have not gotten those posted yet, but I do plan on, whenever I get home a little later tonight, this video itself will be posted. So of course you guys will see that, and then I'll get these 4 items that I just purchased, and then those 2, so I can get them on the store. There was, excuse me, there was the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. It was a brand new, still sealed and everything else, charging dock. I was kind of iffy on it, because in all honesty, now granted, on the store, and I'm sure I've showed it in one of the videos, I had that Nintendo Switch as like a leg strap or something. Like I said, I think it's for like if you're playing like football or soccer or something, you know, of that nature or whatever. But and of course, I'm not trying to rush anything. It's like, you know, obviously not everybody's on eBay every day looking for your items. So But I had that on there. It has, I think it's got like a watcher, which I mean, of course, I'm sure like if you've been on eBay, obviously you know that you can watch things, or if you're a reseller, you already know that part as well. But I just told myself, I was like, well, I mean, it's not that expensive actually in there. We're gonna have a train in this video, so we might have to actually wrap it up because I'm not trying to talk over that shit and having that and like in your guys' ear. But for the charging dock, I did skip out on it, so I may or may not. Sorry about the loud. Obviously, I can't control that, but I can't stop the video for you guys. So, well, technically, it's for the most part gone. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully, at least you guys turned the volume down so it didn't blare out, distort your speaker. I may or may not go back in a little later and get that, but it's not something I'm like really in a rush to get. I mean, probably that's more of a sought out item over the lace strap, but yeah, it is what it is. I may or may not go back in and get it, but with that being said, guys, I am roasting and I'm even in the shade for the most part. I'm gonna hop off here and get some more dashes in, possibly jump in the pool a little bit later, and other than that, just want to show you guys another Goodwill haul, and yeah, we'll see you guys later. You guys have a fantastic day, and try to stay cool.